It was a very warm and sunny day. The sun comes back tomorrow with even warmer temperatures, followed by some rain and possible thunderstorms as we go into the weekend. I'll have all the details coming right up.
Now at 10, no haircut, no coming to class. Why a new school policy has some families in North Carolina upset. Plus, could a chemical found in mushrooms provide help for migraine sufferers? We're breaking down the new medical research. And remembering the life of Common Gun. Family and friends join the community to honor the local businesswoman. Your news at 10 starts now.
Live from Television Park, this is Wjbf, News Channel 6 at 10 on MeTV.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Jenny Montgomery. Thank you so much for joining us. We begin tonight in North Carolina, where some families are upset about a new school policy. Officials telling their sons they may not be able to return after spring break. Maya Lockett explains why.
What in the 1870 Indian boarding school trashes it is.
7-year-old Edward Chavez is a first grader at Classical Charter School of America at the Whiteville campus. And 6-year-old Logan LeBoy attends the Leland campus in Brunswick County. Their mothers say their son's long hair is part of their Native American heritage.
Agriculture in the Southeast has been extremely strong. We're in a revitalization of that culture. Hair growth is a part of that.
But the family says administrators of the schools do not see it that way.
And to strip that away after so much has been stripped away from tribes in the Southeast.
For the past year and a half, Logan and Edward's hair were kept in a bun or ponytail to comply with the school's requirements of keeping hair off the collar and ears. Chavez says she received a call March 14th that those hairstyles were no longer accepted. LeBoy says school officials told her and other parents the kids' hairstyles were faddish, which means intensely fashionable for a short time. After the school added buns and ponytails to the list, both mothers were told to file a grievance with the school regarding the policy, but it was denied.
And I'm not cutting his hair.
Abby Gate is the mother of 6-year-old Raphael. She says she found out March 8th her son would not be able to return to school.
He said, I'm not going back there. And I said, come on, but it's time for school. He said, no, they said I have to cut my hair.
If they do not receive a favorable response from the school before spring break is over on the 29th, all three mothers say they will consider taking their children out of the schools.
According to the charter school, a review is underway and will be considered by the board on April 27th. A Parents' Bill of Rights Act is expected to be taken up in the U.S. House of Representatives this week. Well, it is finally starting to feel like spring. Meteorologist Jenna Petracci joins us now with more. Jenna, rain may be on the way for the weekend, right?
Yeah, that's right. We're keeping the warm temperatures, but unfortunately trading the sunshine for some rain. But in the meantime, it will be a nice sunny Friday. So definitely something to look forward to there. But right now on our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview cam over at the airport, we have clear skies and breezy conditions. Check out how warm these temperatures still are, especially at Daniel Field, 71 degrees, 70 over in Aiken, and the low 60s over at Bushfield, a little bit cooler. Dew points are in the low 50s right now. And as for that temperature change over the last 24 hours, it is much warmer, especially for our northern counties. 12 degrees warmer in Evans, 15 degrees warmer in Edgefield, 13 in Aiken. Winds are coming in from the southwest. That's bringing in all the warm temperatures, and we'll continue to see a southwest wind tomorrow. 7 miles per hour in Augusta, 9 in Aiken. Clear skies for all of us. No clouds for the next several hours, but we do have a low pressure system out towards the west. This is fueling some strong storms well to the north of us, and we'll have a severe weather threat for our friends to the west tomorrow, especially around the Ark-La-Miss region, moderate risk of severe weather. Now for Friday, as I mentioned, lots of sunshine, starting out with the fog in the morning, upper 80s by 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and then we'll see the rain and the threat of severe weather over the weekend, though that threat is very low. But coming up, I'll have all the details in your forecast for the rest of this week, but back to you, Jenny.
Jenna, thanks. A new federal bill is the life of a local businesswoman being remembered. Family and friends gather to honor Common Gun, who was killed a week ago. We'll take you to a balloon release in her honor. everyone. A rocket made out of mostly 3D printed parts successfully launching Wednesday night, but it didn't last long. The rocket failing about 3 minutes into the flight, far short of its intended Earth orbit. Watch this. The Cape Canaveral mission was only a test flight for the rocket, which was made by a company called Relativity Space. Another launch attempt 2 weeks ago couldn't get the rocket off the ground.
Now, your most accurate forecast with WJBF Live Viper 6.
It was a very warm Thursday, and now it's still pretty warm as we go into the overnight hours. Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview Cam over in Aiken, showing nice clear skies. It's a dry night. 63 degrees as our temperature with a southwest wind of 7 miles per hour. Dew point in those low 50s. Now notice the temperature is still hanging on to the 70s across several cities. 67 though in Thompson, 70 up in Lincolnton, Edgefield, Aiken, Saluda, all at that 70 degree mark. 68 in Barnwell, 70 in Allendale, and 65 in Millen. Clear skies for all of us. We'll have some patchy fog develop into the overnight hours, and we're getting ready for a low pressure system to make its way towards the east coast. Right now producing a lot of heavy rain and lightning strikes, and there will be a severe weather threat tomorrow for parts of the south, but staying to the west of us. Instead, it will be a gorgeous full day tomorrow, nice and warm, 87 degrees by 4 o'clock. Lots of sunshine, southwest wind up to around 10 miles per hour. So we're forecasting for 87 degrees tomorrow. That matches our record set back in 2007. It's possible we could even top that. So 83 on Saturday, though, seeing those low 80s all the way throughout the weekend. Then we'll drop back down into the low 70s and even upper 60s by next Wednesday. Now, as for the low temperatures, we don't have to worry about any freezes in the near future. We'll get a little bit chilly into next week, but still around average for this time of the year in the low 40s. So we'll stay dry tomorrow, once again, nice and sunny. Rain chances are going up over the weekend, around 40 to 60%, all the way into next week. So let's get right into our future cast now. 6 o'clock tomorrow morning, as I mentioned, we could have some patchy fog develop, followed by clear skies in the afternoon and evening. There will be some severe weather in this area here from Texas up to Arkansas and Louisiana. Low pressure system will then eventually weaken. We'll see an occluded front form, and that means a much weaker system that'll be pushing through our area. So overall, our chance of severe weather is very low, but it is still possible. We'll then see a stationary front over our area, keeping rain chances into play Sunday night into Monday and possibly even Tuesday. So here's a look closer to home. 8 a.m. on Saturday. We'll be watching this leading edge of the front come in. That's when we can see some gusty winds and definitely some heavy rain as well. It definitely starts to lose its intensity, though, as it pushes through the metro, and then it'll be to the south of Augusta by around the lunch hour, and should be completely out of here by the time we get to the evening. So as I mentioned, our chance of severe weather is really low. We're just under a marginal risk for all of us. That's level 1 out of 5 on the scale, so no high concerns, just giving it a medium threat for heavy rain and damaging winds. Now back to tonight, though, upper 50s and low 60s. 55 at Augusta, mid to upper 80s for all of us tomorrow, well above average. Over the next 10 days, we're seeing those 80s throughout the weekend, but that's when the rain comes back as well. Once again, Saturday is when we have the chance of strong to severe storms. We'll have more rain chances to end next week with a bit of a cool down. Some days in the upper 60s, others in the low 70s. And we'll be right back.
Do you suffer?
Dozens turned out this evening for a special ceremony to honor a local woman who made a difference in a lot of lives. She lost her life a week ago in what investigators called a domestic violence shooting. News Channel 6's Nikita Dennis was at the ceremony and balloon release.
1, 2, 3, let's go.
It started with a domestic violence walk in downtown Augusta. Family, friends, and those who knew Common came together to remember her as the bright and charming person she was.
She tried to do everything she could for this community. And she loved this community because that's what I taught them to do.
She was the CEO of the Augusta Debutante Society, in honor of Bentley's Closet, in honor of her daughter. Investigators say Common was shot and killed by her husband last Wednesday, a case of domestic violence.
1, 2, 3.
With her high, her family says that she will never be forgotten.
Definitely, she was a visionary, outspoken. That's who she was, and she wanted to do something to give back to the community. She loved Augusta, CSRA, and liked things doing for the kids, and mostly her daughter Bentley.
A ceremony was led with singers and speakers bringing awareness to domestic violence.
To the point that it's other outlets, other people, they hear other people's stories, they hear survivor stories, just being in a place that is dedicated to awareness.
She believed in Jesus Christ. That's my first thing I taught her. And if you can't do some good, somebody don't do no wrong.
The homegoing ceremony will take place with family and friends on April 1st. In Augusta, Nikita Dennis, WJBF, News Channel 6.
Coming up, new regulations for trans athletes have been announced.
6.
And last but not least, a 12-year-old musician from Ohio is making a big name for himself.
Later this spring, he'll be featured on PBS stations across the country. Lauren Wood has the story about a boy and his banjo.
You might be more familiar with the Beatles version of Eleanor Rigby, but Owen Brockman's rendition on the banjo is sure to put a smile on your face.
It's what I love to do, and I think it's one of my main factors, because if I'm feeling sad or I'm really happy, what I'll do is I'll come play the banjo. It's my coping device for many things.
12-year-old Owen has been making music since he was 6. That's when he started playing the piano. Then, 3 years ago, he fell in love with the banjo.
I first saw it at a bluegrass festival in Miamisburg, and I thought, that's amazing. And so I really wanted to get and play a banjo, so my parents got me one.
He says he practices about 90 minutes every day, although on nice days in the summer, he's been known to play for 7 hours straight. And all that practice is taking him places. Later this spring, he'll be featured on a new show on PBS called Woodsong's Kids.
They invite kids on this TV show to play bluegrass music, and it's you get like a 30-minute segment, and you get to play a few songs and have an interview, and that's a lot of fun.
As you can imagine, his parents couldn't be prouder. What they're happiest about is that they found their passion.
Find what you love, you enjoy, what you're best at, and if it ends up being music, like with us, great. If it ends up being a sport, great. Just find something you love.
Playing music is really the best thing you can do in life, and you can play it forever. Like, you can't play football when you're like probably 70 or something like that. But when you play music, you can play it all your life.
Amazing.
Wow, he's very good.
Very talented.
I'm jealous of those skills. I could never play an instrument like that.
But I bet he can't forecast the weather.
That's true. That's true. Only a few people can, and luckily I'm one of them. Nice sunny skies tomorrow and warm, 87 degrees, low 80s over the weekend, but unfortunately no more sunshine, a lot of rain and some storms. Rain and storms continue into Monday, and also some low 70s and even upper 60s next Wednesday, but we're far away from those freezing temperatures. We'll be nowhere near that over the next several days.
All right, Gemma, thank you so much. Thank you all for joining us tonight. The news continues at the top of the hour over on WJBF News Channel 6 at 11.
And Hogan's Heroes is next on BTV. Well, today was very warm, but believe it or not, even warmer temperatures tomorrow. Another day of sunshine. Then as we go into the weekend, we have rain and possible thunderstorms. I'll have all the details coming right up.
Now on News Channel 6 at 11, a balloon release in memory of an influential Augusta woman killed last week. We have the details. Plus, donating toys to give children in the hospital a little bit of joy. We'll show you how one local organization makes it a personal mission. And a new law has some civil rights groups threatening legal action. We'll give you the details as your news at 11 starts now.
Live from Television Park, this is WJBF News Channel 6 at 11.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Jen. Jenny Montgomery. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Coverage you can count on begins with dozens turning out this evening for a special ceremony to honor an Augusta businesswoman who made a difference in a lot of lives. She lost her life a week ago in what investigators called a domestic violence shooting. News Channel 6's Nikita Dennis was at the ceremony and balloon release.
It's a special night honoring the life of Common Gun, while also bringing awareness to domestic violence.
1, 2, 3, let's go.
It started with a domestic violence walk in downtown Augusta. Family, friends, and those who knew Common came together to remember her as the bright and charming person she was.
She tried to do everything she could for this community. And she loved this community because that's what I taught them to do.
She was the CEO of the Augusta Youth Debutante Society and owner of Bentley's Closet in honor of her daughter. Investigators say Common was shot and killed by her husband last Wednesday, a case of domestic violence.
1, 2, 3.
With rubber balloons flying through the sky, her family says that she will never be forgotten.
Definitely, she was a visionary, outspoken. That's who she was, and she wanted to do something to get back to the community. She loved Augusta, CSRA, and liked things doing for the kids, and mostly her daughter Bentley.
A ceremony was led with singers and speakers bringing awareness to domestic violence.
To the point that it's other outlets, other people, they hear other people's stories, they hear survivor stories. Just being in a place that is dedicated to awareness.
She believed in Jesus Christ. That's my first thing I taught them. And if you can't do some good to somebody, don't do no wrong.
The homegoing ceremony will take place with family and friends on April 1st. In Augusta, Nikita Dennis, WJBF, News Channel 6.
Augusta leaders say it's time to know how much new ambulance service. The EMS subcommittee meets again Tuesday next week. Commissioners will meet Wednesday, and the ambulance service subsidy is on the agenda. It is time now for our first check of the forecast. Here's meteorologist Jenna Petracci.
Well, Jenny, it's a really comfortable night. Temperatures are looking good. We have clear skies right now on our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview cam. Here's a live look over at the Amentum Center in Aiken. Right now we're seeing 63 degrees at Bushfield, upper 60s over in Aiken and Daniel Field. Dew points are in the low 50s, so feeling pretty comfortable there as well, and visibility is perfect at 10 miles. And we also have a southwest wind bringing in all these warmer temperatures, really making it much warmer than yesterday, especially for our northern counties. 14 degrees warmer in Washington and Edgefield, 8 degrees warmer in Augusta, 6-degree temperature rise in Waynesboro. So there's the southwest winds, 5 miles per hour in Thompson and Washington, 6 in Augusta, 7 in Aiken. So pretty breezy tonight. Winds will be breezy tomorrow as well, with another round of sunshine. So notice nothing popping up on satellite and radar. Not just for us, but the entire southeast looking really nice and clear. We have a cold front to our north with a large area of showers and thunderstorms around the Midwest down into Oklahoma, with a low pressure center right across Texas, and this will continue to strengthen, bringing a pretty significant threat of severe weather across the Arklamis region tomorrow. Moderate risk there. Moderate or marginal risk stretches out towards northwestern Georgia, but for us, lots of sunshine tomorrow, just some clouds well late into the day. Foggy start, 55 degrees, upper 80s by 4 o'clock. Warm, sunny, and breezy with the weekend rain and storms. Some of those storms could become severe, but the chance is very low. So coming up, I'll have all the details on that. Back to you, Jenny.
All right, Jenna, thank you. A local drag racing organization donated more than $24,000 worth of toys to pediatric hospital patients last week. And as Hannah Latier tells us, it hits close to home for the organizers.
Burnouts for Kids is an event put on by the Bring It Back Meets organization at the Carolina Dragway in Aiken. In 2021, they raised around $15,000. In 2022, more than $24,000.
The focus really goes towards a lot of the local sponsors, local businesses, private donors. If it wasn't for them guys, we really wouldn't have been able to bring in the amount of money that we did for the hospitals.
Nate Prater was in and out of hospitals during his childhood. This cause is personal to him.
Knowing that even if it's just a split second, that they're going to get a little joy out of just, in a really bad situation altogether. I mean, it's really what we do it for.
The toys went to the Children's Hospital of Georgia and the JMS Burn Center at Doctors Hospital. One of the event's judges was in a drag racing accident in 2015 and airlifted to the Burn Center. He remembers many pediatric patients had to spend their holidays there.
I thought that one way to give back would be to provide Christmas for those kids, to take a little bit of that financial burden off of the families that were there. I just want to do my best every year to try to give back and show them a small token of my appreciation, because they're 100% the reason that I'm here today.
And surgeons at the hospital think the best part is seeing spirits lifted.
While a potentially traumatic event for a child, any way we can use our large team that we have brought together to care for this population and give them a little joy, like a gift, that's part of anybody's day.
The next burnouts for kids should be later this year at Carolina Dragway. In Augusta, Hannah Latier, WJBF News Channel 6.
Today, Georgia Governor Brian Kemp signed a transgender bill.
6 months on road.
Catch these offers while you can.
The Rooms to Go anniversary sale is here, and we're turning up the savings to a whole new level. With amazing sale prices on the hottest pieces and coolest packages store-wide. Now, who doesn't like the sound of that? Whether you shop online or in-store, make your move this month and celebrate in style. It's the Rooms to Go anniversary sale going on now.
The live Viper 6 Skyview Network, sponsored by Terry Lambert Hyundai. Now, your most accurate forecast with WJBF Live Viper 6.
Good Thursday evening. It was a beautiful day today, very warm as well. Here's our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview cam outside the station, not looking bad at all. 63 degrees, very comfortable outside. Dew point also comfortable in those 50s, not too bad. Southwest winds of 6 miles per hour, bringing in all the warm air from the south. We're seeing 67 still up in McCormick, upper 60s as well from Lincolnton down to Sandersville, 67 in Millen, 66 in Barnwell, 64 down in Swainsboro. For satellite and radar, clear skies for all of us. Not a lot happening across the southeast today. We have a cold front to our north with showers and storms along it. We also have low pressure out in Texas. This system will continue to gain strength and will pose a pretty big threat of severe weather to our friends towards the west tomorrow. But for us, another day of lovely sunshine, starting out in those upper 60s, climbing into the upper 80s by 4 o'clock. So we're forecasting for 87 degrees tomorrow. That actually matches our record high set back in 2007. It's possible we could even top it. So tomorrow will definitely be the warmest day out of the week, well above average. Typically we're in the low 70s for this time of the year. We'll be back on track with that next week and even some upper 60s. So if you like the cooler weather, it's still coming, especially with the low temperatures. We'll be pretty chilly by the middle of next week in the low 40s, but still well above freezing. So it looks like we're done with those freeze warnings possibly for the rest of this spring season. Now, as for the rain, dry tomorrow, definitely great for outdoor plans. And then we'll see some rain come into the picture on Saturday and back again for Sunday. It won't be rainy all weekend, but let's take a look at things on Futurecast now. Some fog for your Friday morning. Clear skies, though, throughout the majority of the day with that southwest wind ahead of the cold front, still bringing in the warm temperatures. Then we'll see some rain and storms pass by ahead of that front. Then we'll see a stationary front, and that's what will keep the rain chances across our area Sunday, Monday, and even possibly into Tuesday of next week. Here's a little closer at home, 8 a.m. on Saturdays when the leading edge of that storm system will come in, and that's when it could possibly be the strongest with some gusty winds, but then you can see it starts to fall apart and lose its intensity as it passes south of Augusta. Possibly still some cells here, some very heavy rain. But other than that, really not too bad. I do think this model is overdoing things a little bit. Then as we go down towards the evening hours, this will be out of here completely. So marginal risk of severe weather for all of us, though. That's just level 1 out of 5 on our severe weather scale. just giving it a medium chance of some heavy rain and damaging winds, low threats for everything else. Lows tonight will be in the upper 50s through low 60s, and for tomorrow, 80s for all of us again. Some spots even in those upper 80s. Now for the next 10 days, once again, enjoy tomorrow because it will be our last completely sunny day for a while. We'll have the rain and storms over the weekend and into the start of the work week, followed by a bit of a cool down back into the upper 60s and 70s next week. So looking pretty good. I'm happy to have the 70s back, but 80s are nice too.
Very nice indeed. All right, thank you so much, Jenna. Some state senators are looking to ban.
Been arrested for a DUI in Georgia. You may only have 30 days to protect your license or your privilege to drive here. Hi, I'm Tiffany Duncan of DUI Duncan, the DUI firm here in Augusta. Visit our website at DUIDuncan.com to see what we've done to help so many drivers. If you've been arrested for a DUI in Georgia, call me now for a free consultation. While the firm, of course, cannot guarantee results, we do guarantee hard work and fast action.
Remember the name, DUI Duncan.
Hi, server.
Answered the call to defend the nation. Way to go.
Very nice. Well, forecast is looking great over the next day, at least. We have nice sunshine tomorrow, 87 degrees. On Saturday, we will have a line of showers and storms move in. Some of those could be severe, but the chance is very low. Rain returns again on Sunday evening, and to start the work week, Monday will be very gloomy. A little bit cooler as well, back into the 70s, bringing us back to around average for this time of the year, and then even below average next Wednesday, upper 60s, lows back into the low 40s, but overall a more spring-like week. That also means with the spring-like temperatures, we have the chance of storms.
Loving that 87 tomorrow.
Yeah,
All right,
take it.
the day.
That's a beautiful day.
That's our report now. Thank you for watching. Have a good night, everyone.